Hello, my friends. My name is Evelyn Joy, and welcome back to my channel. If you know anything about me, you know that I teach Spanish online to young children, older children, and adults. So currently, I teach an online class on the platform OutSchool to small children ages 4 to 8. It's called Spanish Fun for Little Ones, and we have a lot of fun in those classes, learning just simple, basic, fun stuff in Spanish, and we keep it simple, we keep it positive, and we have a lot of fun. We learn colors, we learn fruits, we learn animal names, lots of fun stuff. Then I also have Spanish Conversations for Beginners, which is for ages 10 to 14, also on OutSchool. So there I have middle school aged kiddos or upper elementary school kiddos who are learning basic beginner conversation. So we're learning how to talk about our favorite activities and favorite things to do, you know, what we like to do for fun, activities inside, activities outside, where we like to go, dream vacations, where we would like to go, what we would like to do, talking about, you know, favorite color, favorite animals, talking about zoo animals, farm animals, all sorts of different things with that class. And then also I have an adult class, and it's a little bit more practical. We're imagining that we're going abroad. So these are useful phrases for if you were to travel to a Spanish-speaking country, how you can survive and make it by as a beginner Spanish speaker. So these are conversations that you would have in an airport, in a taxi cab, in a restaurant, in a hotel, in the marketplace, just going on vacation. You want to know some Spanish to survive, right? Well, I'm making this video because my students in my adult class asked if I could make a video reading some of our class notes so that they could listen to how I say the words in Spanish so that they could repeat it. So you have the benefit of, I decided not to make this a private video, I'm making it a public video. So this is an advertisement for my Spanish classes. So you can have a little taste of what you get in my Spanish classes. My Spanish classes for OutSchool are 5 weeks long, $5 per class, 30 minutes each. My Spanish classes for adults currently are $5 for a 45-minute class for 5 weeks. But that price will go up according to supply and demand, right? So sign up now and you will get the lower price, right? But you have the advantage to hear some Spanish now. So I'm going to share my screen and share my notes from our Spanish class, all right? So here we go. I believe that the most important thing that you can learn in Spanish, just beginning, the first most important thing you can learn is the differences between how you pronounce things in Spanish compared to English. The first thing you need to know is the vowel sounds in Spanish. A, E, I, O, U. I'll say it one more time slower so that you can repeat after me. A, E, I, O, U. The H in Spanish has absolutely no sound. There's absolutely no purpose for the letter H unless you see it paired with a C, in which case it makes the CH sound the same as in English, ch. H in all other circumstances makes absolutely no sound. There's no purpose for the letter H practically in Spanish. That's why we say hola, not hola, right? The G in Spanish, there is a soft sound and a hard sound, just like in English. In English, the soft G makes a J sound and the hard G makes a regular G sound. In Spanish, it's a little different. The soft G, ending in, which is a G with an E or an I after it, it makes the H sound. So GE is hey and GI is he, right? And so we have words like jirafa, giraffe, right? Which is actually a J. But also the J in Spanish makes the H sound. But a regular G that does not have an E or an I after it makes the G sound in Spanish, right? As in the word Agua, water. We can see that G has a U after it. Agua. Agua, water. Every time you see a Z, with the exception of one situation that I can think of, perhaps there's more that I can't think of, but most circumstances, the Z makes an S sound. The word zebra is spelled exactly the same, but because the vowel sounds are different and the Z is making an S sound, the word zebra, spelled exactly the same, is pronounced cebra in Spanish. Cebra does not sound like zebra. But when you know the basic vowel sound differences and the basic letter sound differences, it's like a key to understanding so much more of the language, because there are so many of these words that are spelled practically the same between English and Spanish. And so when you know these simple letter sound differences, you can understand so much more Spanish, right? The only word I can think of where the Z actually makes English Z sound is the word zoológico, which means zoo in Spanish. So it's actually zoology in Spanish, but it means zoo, right? So that is perhaps because the word starts with a Z and has an O after it. Perhaps that's why it makes that sound. Enye in Spanish, you may recall it from the word piñata, we say in English, or in Spanish we say piñata, remembering that the vowel sounds are pronounced ever so slightly differently. In Spanish, we say piñata, not piñata, like we say in English. Piñata, piñata. The enye is considered a completely separate letter, not just a letter with accent mark in Spanish. In the Spanish alphabet, it is a separate letter called Nye. It's an N with a squiggly mark over it, and it sounds exactly like an NY in English. The double L, for convenience sake, we will say makes the Y sound. The double L and the Y make the same sound in every word, but it depends on what region you live in. The reason we say the double L and the Y makes the Y sound is because that is for Mexico and most of northern South America. One region of Mexico, one state, they say je, and in Argentina, they say je, and in Uruguay, they say sh. So there are some variations of this, but for convenience sake, we say the double L and the Y says y. For example, the word llama in English has a double L, but we pronounce it like an L. But one L by itself in Spanish makes the L sound. Two L's in Spanish makes the Y sound. The double L always sounds different. Never makes the L sound. The double L, for convenience sake, we'll say, says the Y sound. So llama in Spanish is llama. Llama. Knowing these secrets, you can understand more Spanish. It's spelled exactly the same, but pronounced differently. Now we're going to talk about taxi cab conversations. It's very difficult. You'll never remember that taxi in Spanish is taxi. Taxi. Very, very similar. Cab is cab. It's similar enough that if you were to say the English word, they would understand what you're saying in most cases. Necesito un taxi, por favor. I need a taxi, please. I'm going to say that one more time so you can repeat after me. Necesito un taxi, por favor. I need a taxi, please. Dirección in Spanish sounds like direction. It means direction, but it also means address. Dirección, address. Necesito, that's I need, once again. Necesito, I need. Ir. Ir is, it might sound like I'm saying ID, but really it's a flap R. There is an R in that sound. Ir. Later on, I'll explain the differences between pronunciation of R's. Quickly, I'll just say if a word begins with an R or has a double R in the middle of the word, that's when we roll the R. We don't roll all R's in Spanish. Some R's are a flap R, like ir, ir. It almost sounds like a D, but it's not. My tongue is touching the roof of my mouth one time. It's not a D, it's an R, but it's a different R than in English. Ir. Necesito ir a esta dirección. I need to go to this address, right? So we see in dirección, dirección has two C's right? And the first C sounds like a K, and the second C sounds like an S. The first C sounds like a K because it has a C after it. It's a hard C. The second C sounds like an S because it has an I after it. It's a soft C. You'll see this oftentimes with words that have the CCION, right? Words that have CTION in English will be CCION in Spanish, oftentimes with an accent mark over the O. Okay, ¿cuánto cuesta ir al hotel? The word hotel is spelled the same, but once again, remember, there is no use for the letter H in Spanish. The letter H has absolutely no sound in Spanish. ¿Cuánto cuesta ir al hotel? How much does it cost to go to the hotel? ¿Cuánto cuesta ir al hotel? Vamos. We go. Vamos a ir al hotel. We are going to go to the hotel. Vámonos. Let's go. El and la both mean the. In Spanish and in many Latin-based languages, there are masculine and feminine nouns. Anytime you have a person, place, or thing, it has a gender. And the words describing it will agree with the gender. So if I have a casa roja, that's a red house, a house red. Also, we say the thing we're going to describe before we describe it, right? So, vamos a ir al hotel. We're going to go to the hotel. Vámonos. Let's go. El is the masculine the, agreeing with masculine nouns. La is the feminine the, agreeing with feminine nouns. And then we'll see if it's plural, there's los and las as well. A means two. A él, you will not hear. When you see a, el, to the, you won't see them together because it sounds awkward having the two vowel sounds together. So kind of like how we take is not and bring them together to make isn't. They bring a, el together to make the word al. So anytime you say to the, but it's a masculine the, you're going to say al. But with la, it's not the same because there's not that awkward two vowels in a row. It's not like a, el, it's a, la. So it doesn't sound awkward, so we don't have to combine the words. So it's al and a, la. Okay? In the same way that saying the for a noun can be masculine or feminine, the same way a or an can be feminine or masculine. So una is one or uno is one or a. Also unas or unas, right, are some, right? ¿Cuánto te debo? Again, we're talking to our taxi driver. We're asking, how much do I owe you? ¿Cuánto te debo? How much am I indebted to you? ¿Cuánto te debo? How much do I owe you? ¿De dónde eres? Where are you from? We're asking our taxi driver where they're from. ¿De dónde eres? Where are you from? That's informal. Or if we want to say in the formal, ¿de dónde es usted? Where are you from? ¿Cómo te llamas? What's your name? ¿Cómo se llama usted? What's your name? Formal. Usted is you, formal. Tú is you, informal. Vos is you in the middle. This is used in Paraguay and Uruguay. Vos is not used in most countries. We also see vosotros, which is like they or we. I don't remember, but it's just in Spain. So I've never been to Spain. That one's more difficult. So yeah, we talked about the double L. Para aquí, en la esquina, por favor. Stop here on the corner, please. Quiero ir a un restaurante, por favor. I want to go to a restaurant, please. Necesito ir al aeropuerto pronto, por favor. I need to go to the airport quickly, please. A las órdenes, señorita. At your service, miss. Aeropuerto. Airports. Aeropuerto. Airports, right? Aeropuerto. Airports. Okay, aeropuerto, airport. Vámonos al restaurante. So now we're leaving the taxi. Vámonos al restaurante. Here I was talking about the R rules with my class. So vámonos al restaurante means let's go to the restaurant. The R rules. So words beginning with R or with a double R are rolled. The way you roll your R is by loosely putting your tongue on the roof of your mouth and allowing the air to make your tongue bounce on the roof of your mouth. You have to loosen up your tongue, put it on the roof of your mouth, and make the R sound and allow the air to bounce your tongue. Now, many amateurs at Spanish think that every single R is going to be a rolled R, and that's just not so. You only roll your R's when a word begins with an R or when there's a double R in the word. Sometimes when a word ends with an R and you're really excited, like when the announcers for a soccer game, they may say, Golazo Ecuador! They get really excited and they trill their R's extra, right? But for the most part, we don't trill every R like that. Rosa is rose. Restaurante, you'll notice that the first R is rolled and the second R is a flat R. Rápido means quickly. And here I taught my students a funny little tongue twister in Spanish. R con R cigarro, R con R barril. Rápido corren los carros de ferrocarril, right? R with R cigar, R with R barrel. Quickly run the cars of the train. It's just a tongue twister in Spanish that tries to take as many rolled R's as it can and put it in one to make it very difficult to say, like tongue twisters we have in English. A tongue twister in Spanish is a traba-lengua. Traba-lengua means a tongue trap, right? Very funny. Okay, ¿qué quieren para comer? What would you all like to drink? We're at a restaurant and our server's talking to us, right? Quiero tomar vino, por favor. I want to drink wine, please. You might have heard the word vino before. All right, baby, let me finish my video and I'll come change Shashi. Okay, I'll be there in 2 minutes. Quiero agua con limón, por favor. I want water with lemon, please. Quiero un mojito, por favor. I want a mojito, please. Soda is soda. Quiero una Pepsi, por favor. I want a Pepsi, please. Quiero agua sin hielo, por favor. This sounds like the color yellow, but it means ice. I want water without ice, please. Quiero tomar jugo de naranja, por favor. I want to drink orange juice, please. Hielo, ice. Sin, without. Con, with. ¿Qué quieren para comer? What would you all like to eat? Quiero comer pollo, por favor. I want to eat chicken, please. Quiero comer espagueti, por favor. I want to eat spaghetti, please. Fideo, noodles. Pasta. Quiero comer pizza, por favor. I want to eat pizza, please. Quiero comer bistec. I want to eat steak. Carne asada. Grilled meats. Quiero comer 2 tacos de pescado sin cilantro con mucha guacamole. I want to eat 2 fish tacos without cilantro with a lot of guacamole. My friend Danny came up with that sentence for me. ¿Dónde está el baño? Where's the bathroom? It's wanting to correct my where's. Where is the bathroom? How about that? Okay. Necesitamos la cuenta. We need the check. We need the bill. Conversaciones del hotel. Hotel conversations. Tengo una reservación debajo del nombre de Kelly. I have a reservation under the name of Kelly. Sí, señorita. Un cuarto para dos? Yes, miss. A room for two? ¿Cuántas camas? How many beds? Una cama para mi esposo y yo. One bed for my husband and I. ¿Cuál es el número del cuarto? What is the room number? Cuarto, room. Cama, bed. Llave, key. Toallas, towels. Piscina, pool. Piso, floor. Primera, first. Segundo, segunda, second. Tercero, tercera, third. Cuarto, cuarta, fourth. Quinto, quinta, fifth. Disculpa, dejé mi llave en mi cuarto. Excuse me, I left my key in my room. ¿Me puedes ayudar? Could you help me? ¿Podemos tener más toallas, por favor? Can we have more towels, please? ¿Dónde está la piscina? Where is the pool? La piscina está en el primer piso a la derecha. The pool is on the first floor to the right. ¿Dónde está el gimnasio? Where is the gym or the workout room? Derecha, right. Izquierda, left. Derecho, straight. All right. That's all of our notes so far for 3 weeks that we've had Spanish classes. We've got 2 more weeks coming and more to come. So I would love to have you in my Spanish class. If you don't have the money for it, enjoy my Spanish videos for free. And I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you very much. Feel free to give a like and subscribe. Have a good day. Bye.